Good day, everybody. I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day. Good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade two English lesson on irregular plural nouns. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca, with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. We're doing grade 2. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of irregular plural nouns. So irregular plural nouns. All right, so our chapter is irregular plural nouns. Our subject is English Language Arts. We're doing grade 2. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of irregular plural nouns is the noun singular or plural? Sorry. And we need to form and use irregular plurals. So we're going to say is the noun singular or plural. And we're going to form and use irregular plurals. All right. So in our previous lesson, we did regular plurals, right? We did regular plurals. And today we're doing irregular plurals, and we're going to see what the difference is, or how we'll be able to identify the difference between regular plurals and irregular plural nouns. All right, so some plurals, right, are irregular. And when we say that some plurals are irregular, right, then it means that they don't follow any rules. Like when we did in our previous lesson, when we did regular plurals, then we say, okay, you need to add an S to the verb, or you need to add an ES to make the verb plural, or to show that there's more than one. But now when it's irregular, then we cannot say you need to add an S, add an ES, or add a D or something to show that there's more than, for example, either a person, place, or thing. right? And if we're going to look at a few examples of irregular plurals, remember the wording changes once we need to identify more than one of that thing. So either more than one person, more than one place, more than one thing, right? So usually with our regular plurals, we would say if there's one boy, just this is the regular plurals. This is in our lesson that we did previously. So with regular plurals, right, in order to show that there's more than one, we will then say one girl, two or more girls. So we just add an S. One boy, but two or more boys. So we just add an S. One ball, two or more balls. So you see, we just added an S, right? But now when it comes to irregular plural nouns, we cannot just add an S to show that there's more than one of that specific word. And if we look at these words over here, right? So there's no rules that we need to follow. We can't say add S, add ES. You're just gonna have to remember each one of the words. For example, child, if we have one child, right? So we see there's one child sitting on the bench alone. But now we want to say that there's more than one child. If we want to say that there's more than one child, then instead of just saying childs and we add an S, one child, but there's two or more children. Do you see how that word changes, right? So all you have to do when it comes to irregular plurals is you're going to have to remember the form of the words. There's no rules, nothing. You're just going to have to remember that, okay, this is the word when it's singular, when we refer to it as one person, animal, or thing. But now when there's more than one, then the word changes and you're just going to have to know what the plural form is of that word. It's the same with mouse. There's one mouse running up and down the house. One mouse. But if we want to show that there's more than one mouse, so if we want to show that there's more than one mouse, and then we say there's one mouse, but if there's more than one mouse, we say there's mice. So do you see how the word changes from mouse, look at that word, to mice? You see, so we can't say, okay, remove the O and the U and add the I. You are just going to have to remember the word, the plural form. You're going to have to remember the word that is two or more. And then we look at the word woman, right? One woman. One woman that carried the baby. Or we can say that there's more than one woman. You see, woman, it's like woman. But if we want to show that there's more than one woman, this is one woman. But if there's more than one, let's say maybe there's two, then we say women with an E, because now it refers to two people, two women. Right? So we're going to look at a few more words, right? That basically shows our irregular plural nouns. And remember, when it comes to irregular plural nouns, then the wording changes. We no longer says we no longer just add an S to show that there's more than one of that word. You are just going to have to remember each one. So you don't follow any rules. You're just going to have to remember each one of the words. Where we change the word from one person, animal, place, or thing, which we call singular, to plural, which refers to anything that is two or more of their things, or people, or places. Right? So now we're going to look at a few examples of irregular plurals. So we're going to look at a few examples of irregular plurals, and then we're going to see how the wording changes, right? And keeping in mind that when it comes to irregular plurals, right, there's no rule that you need to follow. So you are just going to have to remember the word as per. If you have a word and we want to change it to plural, you're going to have to remember the form of that word. Because it's not going to be very hard for me to say, no, you need to remove this word and then you add another word, right? Because the words, they change all the time. And we are going to look at a few irregular plural nouns and how the wording changes. So you're going to have to remember these words. Right? So I'm going to write down a few words and then we are going to look at the word plus the irregular form of that word. All right. So if we look at the word man, look at the word man. So we have one man. So we have one man, right? What is the plural form of the word man? So we have one man. There's one man standing by the door. So when another man comes in, then how many are there now? There's two what? One man, but two. What is the plural form of the word man? Remember the wording changes, right? So that words that you're using over there, that is singular. That's singular. We need to refer to it as plural. So which means that if there's one man, right? If we want to show that there's more than one man, then we say it is men. So do you see how this word changes from one man to two or more men? It's the same like saying one woman, two or more women, and we add the E. Because that now shows that there is two or more of that people. Look at these words. You have 1 foot. You have 1 foot, right? But you have two what? So 1 foot. If you want to show that you have two of these, then we say two what? 1 foot, but I have two. 1 foot, two of these. What is two of these? How would we write two of those? Yes, men is correct. Now, if we want to show, look at the word foot. 1 foot, right? I put my sock on my 1 foot and I put the sock on the other foot. So I put socks on both of my what? Not foots. How would you say it? If you put on your shoes on both what? I have 1 foot, but two what? Two shoes on my So it will be 1 foot, but 2 feet. So 1 foot, I put my sock on my 1 foot. I put my sock on the other foot. Now, both feet has got socks on, right? So feet is the plural form of the word foot. 1 foot, 2 feet, right? But well done for trying. Look at another one, tooth. I have 1 tooth. 1 tooth fell out. 1 tooth fell out. Yes, well done. Feet is correct. 1 foot, one tooth fell out. Tooth. The next day, another tooth fell out. Now altogether, two fell out. One tooth, but now two fell out. One tooth, but two of them fell out. What is two of them? Yes, well done. And if we were to identify two, right? So we have one tooth, but now if another tooth fell out, now you say two teeth fell out. But well done. Don't worry about the spelling for now, as long as you know that the irregular plural of the word tooth is teeth. Well done. So teeth is correct. So one tooth, two or more teeth. Well done. Leaf. One leaf. It is fall. It is fall, and usually during fall, right? You'll see that the trees are, we call them shedding. So the will start falling from the tree. First, one leaf fell from the tree, then another leaf fell from the tree. Now there's a whole lot of on the ground that fell from the tree. One leaf that fell from the tree. What is the plural form of leaf? One leaf, but two or more. One leaf, but two or more. So we have one leaf, right? So here we have one leaf that fell from the tree. But now, here we have more than one that fell from the tree. What is more than one? One leaf, but three. Remember one leaf. But if we want to show that there's more than one leaf, then how are we going to say that word? And if we were to identify more than one leaf, then we can say it is leaves. There's three or more leaves. And you see how the word has changes from one leaf to three or more leaves, right? So one leaf, three or more, or two or more leaves. Let's look at another word. One person. There's one person, right? I saw one person as I was driving to the mall. But then when I got to the mall, then there was 10. If there's one person, but there's a lot of them, then what do we call them? One person, but two or more, or 10. What is that word? Yes, well done. So we have one person, one person. Don't worry for now, we're not going to look at the spelling, but one person, 10 or two or more people. Well done. People is correct. People is correct. So well done. So people is correct. If you look at the next word, we have, let me look at a word that is not complicated. Um, Another word that is not too hard. If we look at the word, we already have mouse, we have child, we have children. If we look at the word goose, we have one goose, which is like a bird like figure. One goose. Well done. People is correct. One goose. But now we want to, like, we go to the pond and we see that there's more than one goose. What is another word? What is the plural form of the word goose? The plural form of the word goose. So if we have one goose, and if you want to show that there's more than one goose, then we say it is geese. So basically just these words changes from, instead of goose double O to geese double E. Right? And this is our irregular plurals. And if you look at the irregular plurals, right, we see that the wording changes. There's no rule that you have to follow where we say add an S, add an ES. You are just going to have to remember each form of these words. You're going to have to remember that man shows one man, but it shows two or more men. We have one woman, two or more women. Do you see this? You just need to remember the forms of these words and how the wording has changed. Person to people, leaf, leaves, tooth, teeth, 1 foot, 2 feet, right? All right, so now we're going to a+students.ca, and we're going to say is the noun singular or plural, and we're also going to use like form and use irregular plurals. So is the noun singular or plural? So we're going to have to say, is the word singular, meaning it refers to one person or thing, or is it plural, which means that it refers to more than one person or thing? All right. So now look at this word woman within a woman. Is that word a singular word or a plural word? Does it refer to one woman, one lady, or more than one woman, more than one lady? And if we were to choose the correct option, then we can say woman is singular because it refers to one woman only, right? All right, so now we're going to our test where we are going to say is the word singular or if the word is plural, right? So we're going to say now is the word singular or if the word is plural. The word says, it says, I can see my neighbor's roofs from the window. I can see my neighbor's roofs from this window. Roofs. So roofs, is that referring, is that singular or is it plural? Roofs, is it singular or plural? So option one, singular refers to one roof, or option two, plural, it refers to two or more roofs. Which one is correct? And if we were to identify if roofs is either singular, meaning it refers to one roof, or if it's plural, it refers to more than one roof, then we can say it is plural. One roof, two or more roofs. All right, children. The children put on clean clothes. So children. So if we say the children, are we talking about one child, one person, which is option one, singular, or is it plural, meaning we're talking about two or more of them? Children, is it one or more than one? Yes, and if we were to choose the correct option, then well done. Children is plural. It refers to more than one child. Well done. So well done. All right, the next one says, why did the men, look at that word, men, men, eat breakfast so early? Men. Does it refer to one, which is singular, or refer to two or more, which is plural? Why did the men eat breakfast so early? Is it one or more than one of them? And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, we will say men. It refers to more than one man. Well done. So one man, two or more men. Well done. All right, the next one says Sasha's pet mouse ran through the kitchen. Sasha's pet mouse ran through the kitchen. So, mouse, does that refer to one, which is singular, one mouse, or two or more, which is plural? Option one or option two? So, option one, which is singular, it refers to one mouse, or option two, plural, it refers to more than one. And if we were to choose the option, then yes, one mouse, mouse which is MOUES, is singular. It refers to one mouse. Well done. Singular is correct. Well done. All right, now we're going to form and use irregular plurals. We're now going to change the words in brackets to a plural form, right? But now we're going to our test and we're going to do that. All right, it says the men climbed the ladders onto the roof. We need to change that word roof to show that there's more than one. So does it show, if we want to say that there's more than one, which is plural, do we say it is option one, roof, or option two, roofs? Which one is correct? Roof or roofs? So roof, option one, or roofs, option two. Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct option, then if we want to show that there's more than one, then we say roofs with an S. All right, the next one says, when I swim, I kick hard with my foot. So one foot, but two what? Is it if you swim, do you only kick with one foot or with 2 feet? Which one is correct? Option one, foot, or option two, feet? So option one, foot, or option two, feet. Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct option, then we would say, when I swim, I kick hard with my feet. Option two. All right, so that is now the end of our lesson on irregular plural nouns. We said that when it comes to irregular plural nouns, there's no rule that you need to follow, right? You're going to have to just remember the form of the word because the wording changes. Once you change the word from a singular word, which refers to one person, animal, place, or thing, to plural, which refers to more than one, and then it means that the wording changes. So you're just going to have to remember the form of that word. Right, so this is now the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thank you for interacting. And I really hope that you do have a way better idea of what irregular plural nouns are. So, till next time, goodbye and thank you.